waiting to get the shot. Can he do it? Yes, he made it to his spot. Great work. The gate's down. Yeah. We don't have any sheets here. We're going to freestyle this one old school. A couple of Kawasaki's there, but it's going to be the Yamaha rider out front. Everybody making it through that first turn. That was impressive in itself there.
That was very impressive.
Well, I said that too quickly. There's the 73. And the number 35, that is not Joey Crown. Got no sheets on him, bud. Nothing. There's several riders down there.
Ooh, mercy.
It just hopped, it just skipped on us.
Looks like that whole shot Forest is not playing so well for those guys either. We got Kyle Smith out of Elabelle, Georgia on the number 22 Yamaha, taking the Stay6 stability cycle to the whole shot stripe first, and going to try to lead this one around as we've seen traditionally. Most of the time, whole shot award winner doesn't necessarily lead the first lap, and sometimes don't even finish in the top 5, but we'll see what happens this time out of the gate in this 250B class, one of our premier classes here for the 2020 season.
Trying to sort these guys out once they come across the stripe. Going to be a Kawasaki rider there out front. Carter Beast out of Wisconsin is on that number 43 machine. Maybe the number 79 of Jet Reynolds up there, and perhaps in the 250B class. Nope. Chance Hymas, perhaps. Could be a Kawasaki rider for sure. Looks like it is Chance, my guess. Well, he's kind of slumped over the front of that bike. Going to be the number 32, perhaps. Nope. That's the number 86.
Well, we'll get a for sure on these riders as they make their way by.
So it is Hymas.
It is Hymas?
Yep, it's Hymas out front. We have a Yamaha now into the number 2 spot, the number 30 Yamaha. So Hymas out front. Matthew LeBlanc, another big player here. Beast, Nate Thrasher, Nicholas Romano. Look at that.
Here we
Jet
go.
Reynolds buried back in the number 9 spot. Yeah, there we go. That is, you're right. This may be the B-Ray bat. Brandon Ray back in the number 13 spot. We got a good one coming around here, folks.
Well, since we don't have the sheets, let me run down through this top 20, at least on lap 1. Chance Hymas out front, Matt LeBlanc in 2nd, Carter Bees in 3rd, Nate Thrasher in 4th, Nick Romano in 5th, Brad West in 6th, Kyle Smith, the early whole shot award winner there in 7th, Jack Chambers in 8th, Jet Reynolds, the 79 and 9th, Russ Chapman, the 29 and 10th, the 11th place position is the number 20 of Lucas Lambert, Brandon Ray in 12th, 13th, the 11 of Wyatt Liebeck, 14th, Preston Yost on the 88, 15th, the number 50, Nolan Stalling, 16th, the 58, Tyler Evans, 17th, the 13, Wyatt Matson, 18th, Garrett Hoffman aboard the 42, 19th, Caden Amorine, and then the 54 of Noah Wilbrandt rounding out your top 20. And again, there are some big names throughout that entire
Everybody off to a pretty good start.
Yeah.
They're all up front as you watch Nate Thrasher on that 48 machine. Thrasher has, I believe, Romano has gotten around him on the number 30 machine. Now that may be LeBlanc we're watching. There's Romano on the 41 machine. So you remember all these kids were on 85, 12, 15, it seems like just a few months ago. There's a look at the 30 again of LeBlanc. There's Thrasher. There's Romano. It's just a who's who. We got to talk about Jet Reynolds back here in just a bit. Hymas, though, kind of the under-the-radar Team Green kid, kind of plays second fiddle with some of these guys, and not right now. Chance Hymas on the move, and you see that happen. Kids on little bikes kind of stretch their legs out and really develop once they get on the big bike. As we look at our leaders coming into the finish line turn, and we'll pick them up. We've got a race here. It is for sure Chance Hymas, and he has Matthew LeBlanc right there behind him. Then you have Thrasher in 3rd. Romano is 4th. Here comes Jet Reynolds into the number 5 spot. He's passed a couple of guys. He's got the 45 right behind him of Brad Adam West. Carter Beast has slipped back several spots to the number 7 spot. He got a great start, though.
Yeah, I think a rider to keep an eye on here is going to be Nick Romano. Romano, again, just like any one of these riders ahead of him right now, you know, a part of the Team Green program a lot growing up through his youth career.
Picked up championship last year.
Yeah, and making the switch to the Yamaha and the Blue Crew, Romano really seems to be, I think, stretching his legs, like you say, on the big bike and now on the blue machine. So 4th place position starting out not too bad, especially when you're in the company of Hymas, LeBlanc, Thrasher, and Jet Reynolds.
Yeah, that is some superstars right there in that shot as you see Hymas and LeBlanc, Thrasher, Romano, and Jet Reynolds. I mean, we have been calling these kids winning motos in different classes throughout the year. To see them all in one class, pretty unique.
It is a lot of fun to watch this 250B class and this culmination of the talent here at Loretta Lynn's. This is why we do this. The best of the best in each one of these classes. 42 top qualifiers from across the nation in qualifying process, but many of these riders also from outside these great United States. Also, you can say literally from across the globe.
Sure.
Some of the best riders on this racetrack this week.
So there's Thrasher cross-running there. Romano doing the same. Jet Reynolds just out of your frame there on the 79. Jet Reynolds had a little streak going here. I believe 2 years. He had 6 straight motos in each year. He won everything for 2 years. And then he hit that little wall, got hurt. We haven't seen Jet back in a bit. Got hurt again. We missed him again. So good to have Jet Reynolds back out here in the mix. And as we watch his teammate, the number 86 coming right at us, there's Hymas. You look to your left, Rodney, you'll pick him up. LeBlanc, Thrasher, Romano, and there's Jet Reynolds just lurking right behind him.
I want you to look at these lap times. 156.3, 156.8, 156.5, 156.8, 156.2. That's your top 5 riders right now. 6th place at a 159.4. Jack Chambers in 7th at a 159.5. And let's see, even Wyatt Lieback back there. Caden Amorite, a 158.4 back in a 10th place position right now. These guys have got some pretty quick lap times, and the consistency we were seeing through the top 5, 6 riders out there right now. Again, only a second to a second and a half separating the positions also. So, I mean, this race is far, far from over.
Well, Rodney, take a look at the monitor here. The 3 guys there in the shot. It's happening now, LeBlanc.
Yeah.
Here comes Romano now. He may put the pressure on Thrasher and just go right around him. Yeah, he may have done it just like that. Something happened.
Wow.
He was just lazy through those couple of turns there. Thrasher now back to life. And he has got a angry little Nicholas Romano. Does not want to work at the Bayside Cleaners that his dad runs up in upstate New York. Wants to race motorcycles for a living. He's going to have to earn it. See if he goes wide, hits this triple here, try to scrub that. Nope, no dice.
Man, very calculated riding right now, I think, by the number 41 machine. You watch him. He tried to strike while the iron was hot, but he realized whenever it cooled down, and it has kind of backed off, but keeping that pressure on. I mean, I think this is pretty smart racing that we've got on amongst these guys, because you can't take too many chances with these caliber riders out here.
Here they come right into view. You'll pick up the 86 of Chance Hymas trying to figure out a smooth way around this racetrack. And then your second place rider, LeBlanc, just hucking that step down, as was his teammate, Romano. Good Lord. It's like they're dropping out of the top of that tree, just straight down, right in front of the announcer's tower. And now we'll see Hymas right in front of us, trying to run and hide from all that nonsense. There's LeBlanc, Thrasher, Romano hanging tough in 4th, and you just can't make any time out when you all run the same lap times. Top 5, dead even.
There's the biggest gap we've seen so far. Hymas just pulled off a 156.3. His fastest a 156.1. His gap now 2.5 seconds. LeBlanc a 157.1. The thing to point out, LeBlanc does have the fastest lap there on lap number 2, but it's not doing him any good with now a 2.5 second gap, and still pressure coming in from Nate Thrasher in that 3rd place position.
And out of the mechanics, here we go, working our way towards the 10 Commandments. There's Nate Thrasher. I'm just not sure what happened at the end of those 10 Commandments, because he's back on it. And in fact, he's putting pressure on LeBlanc. There's Thrasher on that 48 Red Bull Jams KTM. He is within striking distance of the number 30. One little bobble there. And on the outside of the shot there, the 41 of Romano, can see it all unfolding right in front of him. This is just the who's who of each of those teams. Like, all the money is put into those 5 kids right there for sure.
You know, I'm impressed, and I recall being impressed in years past, the way these riders come out of these 10 Commandments. You know, it looks like sometimes that they aren't making up any time. You think, oh, well, maybe a little lost time. And then whenever they head into the story land, all of a sudden you see about 10, 12 yards that have made up almost instantly. There's something, some way or another, you can set yourself up that you can make up a whole lot of time coming out of that story land area, and or going into that story land. And we just witnessed it right there, actually. Nate Thrasher pulling up on LeBlanc just a little bit. We'll see if he's able to do anything more with it as they motor their way around here on lap 5.
Watch these guys. They are just sending it now. They're jumping over the braking bump. Very risky move there. Just dropping from the heavens and landing right here. Romano does it, as did LeBlanc. So I don't know if they had a meeting like, look, guys, just jump the hell out of your YZs. As far as it'll go, just jump it. Wherever you're at, just jump it. There's Hymas. Again, continues to lead. You get great perspective there of what these riders see. just hucking it. There goes the 41. It is go time now. We're 5 laps in, about halfway there.
Yeah, this is where the tail of the tape, this is where the training starts to pay off here for these riders. And, you know, again, you know, watching Romano back there on the 41 machine, and I realize he just popped up onto the picture right here, but I've been watching him. He is really not riding under any, I mean, he's not pushing. He just seems to be maintaining position right now. He doesn't seem to be pushing, doesn't lay back any whatsoever. It's almost as if he's waiting for the last half of this race to see if he's got more than what the rest of these guys have.
Well, isn't that what they say? You can't win it in the first one, but you can sure enough lose it. And with those 5 guys, one bad moto with that many talented guys, you're going to really put yourself at a disadvantage going into the second and third motos. Now things tightening up, though. The 41 of Romano, again, going after Thrasher. As you look at that screen right there, just going for it.
Jet Reynolds now in the number 5 spot behind Nick Romano, Brad West in 6, Jack Chambers 7, Caden Amorine in 8th, who is still one of the faster riders, turning 158s out there in amongst 201s. Russ Chapman in 9th, and Tommy Rios, the number 24 machine, rounding out the top 10. Carter Bees has dropped off to the number 11 spot. Kyle Smith in 12th. Wyatt Matson in 13th. Tyler Evans 14th. Noah Wilbrandt in 15th. Garrett Hoffman in 16th. Brandon Ray 17th. Jackson Gray in the number 18 spot. Lucas Lamborn in 19th. And Patrick Murphy rounding out your top 20 overall. This top 10 report brought to you by your friends at FMF, the Fly Machine Factory. Be sure and stop on down and feel the power for yourself.
Over the halfway point, Chance Hymas has delivered so far. He's kept everybody behind him, but Thrasher now under the attack. There's Romano. He is drawn up alongside. Can he shut the door right here? Thrasher off the track, had to go off the inside of that grass. And Romano, can he seal it? Woo.
Calculated moves there by the 41 machine out of Bay City. And, of course, he is looking for now trying to track down that third place or second place position of Matt LeBlanc, but that's a 5-second gap he's going to have to bridge. And look at that, only nose to tail battling between Hymas and LeBlanc as we push through this final lap of racing now. Hymas a 157.4 last time around, a 156.3 for LeBlanc, and again less than a second between first and second here in this last half of Moto number 1. Lap 7 is what we're working on right now.
Yeah, we got a few more laps to go here. That was Matthew LeBlanc and Nicholas Romano getting around Nate Thrasher. So that was where the action was there. There's the number 30 of Matthew LeBlanc in the number 2 spot. But for how long? Because his teammate Nicholas Romano has gotten around Thrasher. And look at that. The 30 has caught Chance Hymas now. Here we go. We've got a race for the number 1 spot, the 30, the 86. Lap traffic kind of splitting those guys. They have hit the afterburners here in the second half of this race.
Coming out of Storyland now. We'll see.
There's the triple. He's going to be right there on him. He jumps over the ruts, says, to heck with those ruts. I'm just going to jump them. Talk to my team. They say, jump everything. Just jump it really far. Ooh. Look at how rough it is. There it is for the lead. Is it good enough? The pass is made. He bounces right past him. He's going to seal that one.
Wow. It's almost, you know, like we said, just laying back for the race.
Wait, we're not done yet. They're side by side again, Rodney. Right in the view. And he's right back. So there's the pass, and Romano's going to retaliate right back. He's back alongside the inside. He makes a pass back. That's 3 passes in a matter of 2 straightaways. And here comes the 86 back around on the inside. Can he stick that one, Rodney?
Oh, man, here it is. It is still LeBlanc out front as they cross the finish line for lap 7 in the history books now, but it says .294. I think we're gonna have to wait and see what happens on the other side of this billboard as they disappear from the announcer tower view. But we got a good shot from behind there on RacerTV.com.
Hymas has got a drive.
Yeah,
he's got one. He's got a great drive. Couldn't stick it though. They race to the inside of that turn, and it is the number 30. Matthew LeBlanc trying to shake Chance Hymas.
So they're around the monster can, into the short chutes. Your new leader, Matt LeBlanc, trying to stretch things out here.
That may be all for Chance Hymas, man. He has fallen off pretty quickly, as pretty demoralized by the number 30 of Matthew LeBlanc. What a great few turns that was. A little bit of a few mistakes there now for the number 86. LeBlanc needs to capitalize and just get away from him. Still a few more laps to go. This race is far from over.
Wow. Again, you know, and this is exactly what I was looking at and kind of like what I was waiting for. These two riders, LeBlanc and both Nick Romano, I saw them back there. Neither one of them seemed to have much of a sense of urgency, but they kept the rider ahead of them well within striking distance the entire moto. And when the iron got hot, man, they struck hard. They made their passes, and they sent their message, I think, here late in this first moto of this 250B class.
When you guys are that even, I think you just kind of got to sit back and wait a minute, just kind of let the race develop, get about 10, 12 minutes into it and wait for a mistake. Their lap times were dead even, all 5 of them for about 6 laps. And then finally the top busted off there as we watch Nicholas Romano circulate around the racetrack. He sits in third. Chance Thomas, Jason, you were watching that race just out.
Yeah, that was really fun, and you called it, man. All 5 of the riders were at the exact same pace. Nothing was really happening, and then at the same time, both Yamaha riders attacked. You had Romano get around Thrasher, and then as we were watching that, LeBlanc went after Hymas. Still will be a good run for Hymas if he can hold on to that second place spot. But look at Nick Romano digging deep right now to try to get him on this number 41. See if he can close the gap.
East Coast, West Coast, Romano out of New York. You got the California kid there, Chance Hymas. Great battles there out of those two guys. Romano hanging tough there as well. LeBlanc now calls California home, though. They picked up and moved from Louisiana all the way out west. Got to do what you got to do, right?
Yep, that's working with that Star Monster Energy Yamaha team and Garrett Swanepoel, and same guys on the pro team trained with the amateurs. So LeBlanc and Romano going out there doing work with the likes of Justin Cooper and Shane McElrath, Colt Nichols. So they race with some of the best in the business on a daily basis. We're watching Chance Hymas right here. Used to call him Super Chunk. I think that nickname's long in the rear view now.
Yeah, absolutely. He is a chiseled out little racer now.
Yep, that's Hymas in second right there on the 86, trying to hold on to it.
Yeah, and they're just trying to pick a good, clean line. Like, good luck finding a nice, smooth, easy, lazy line there. You're just gonna have to work for it. There's the 41. The elbow's kind of dropping just a little bit there. Nicholas Romano.
Tired.
Yep, for sure. And I don't blame him. We're 8 laps into this thing. That's 16 minutes worth of just slugging it out, going for it. They were all on the rev limiter the entire time.
And look at how rough. The entrance to this end section, and then the same thing. They'll make a left and then a right over the big tables, and then the next sand section too. It's
silly.
Huge whoops.
It's just silly. So I'm sure the pro guys back home going, that'll be fun next week. A nice opener to the Pro Nationals. I'm so curious
to how this is going to race. I mean, we see multiple lines on this track like no other. Will that be replicated as a big touchdown landing you were talking about? Will we see a wide racing track like this with the pros?
Sure.
2 laps to go. There's a lot of other dynamics that play with so many different bikes and racing all day. Does that open up different lines? I am so curious to see what the likes of Eli Tomac, Ken Roxon, and Cooper Webb are going to do on this track coming August 15th. Whoa, a little mistake there from the 41. He immediately looks over to make sure that Thrasher isn't getting too close from 4th.
See those guys get on top of those 10 commandments. I want to see Eli Tomac just will tap all of them. Yeah. Just something different that we haven't seen in quite some time. So Matthew LeBlanc fights his way into the number 1 spot on that number 30 Star Racing Yamaha. There is Matthew. He's a gritty dude, man. Lives in a swamp, then he moves out to the dry Sierra desert to go train and get better at riding dirt bikes, whatever it takes. There's the 30, Matthew LeBlanc. He is clear about 4.8 seconds. There's Hymas, though. Props to him. Great race against all the top names in this class. He did not go and hide in some other class. He just put the gloves on and went for it. Mad respect for those kids. Same with Nicholas Romano, Nate Thrasher, number 48, sitting in 4th. As we have a look at some lap traffic there for the number 30, your race leader, Matthew LeBlanc. Really good in mud races as he trains in a swamp.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. No, you're right.
Still he trains in the sand.
That's right.
Of California, the desert of California. But less than 2 laps to go now. We're about a lap and a third or so left to go as LeBlanc makes his way around that big sweeper one more time and right here into the heart of this race course, Kevin. You know, we're pretty deep in some lap traffic right now, but those 4 or 5 second gaps that we're seeing now between the top 5 riders that we were seeing second or second and a half between and early in this race and at the midway point, man, things have changed so much.
But look how consistent they still are. Even when they all back it down, they all back it down proportionally. Your top 5 guys are all still 2-minute 2:01s.
Yep.
And the sun's out, so this is good. This is a great test. I'm glad it's not overcast. Let the sun come out. Let's see who's been training. Let the track be at its roughest. and that will determine who really the strongest, best, toughest rider out there is. As we have a look, all these kids are tough, though. The 41 of Nicholas Romano definitely in contention. There he is right in front of us. He just waved over at us. Good job, Nicholas. Sent me a text there. Yeah, man, doing good out there, man.
I think he might have snapped an Instagram photo right there. Tag me in at HotRodney22.
Oh, hey. Giving that handle out there, is he?
I just made that up. I just made that up, man. I don't even, what is Instagram anyway?
Yeah, exactly.
Right out here, dude.
Just letting everybody know.
And you can also follow at 10 Seconds Cast on
there
Instagram as well.
But who's listening, right?
Yeah, who's listening? Matt LeBlanc, Chance Hymas, 10 laps down. Nate Thrasher in the number 4 spot. It is Jet Reynolds in 5th, Brad West in 6th. Tommy, I think he goes by TJ, if you want to know the truth.
TJ Rios, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the 24 in 7th. Jack Chambers in 8th place. Caden Amarine in the number 9 spot. Kyle Smith in 10th. In 11th after 10 laps of racing is the 29 of Russ Chapman. Wyatt Matson heading into the final lap is 12th aboard the number 13. Wyatt Lieback, the number 11 and 13. 14th place position, the 43 of Carter Bees. Looking now for our 15th through 20th place position. There's Garrett Hoffman checking in on the 42 Yamaha. There's Tyler Evans, the 58 in 16th place position.
One punch.
Brandon Ray, B-Ray as they call him, the 34 in 17th. Noah Wilbrandt, the 54 in 18th. Patrick Murphy, the number 35, checks in 19th. It looks like Lucas, well, wait a minute. Blaze Grimaldi also pushing there on those last laps. Going to round out that top 20. But there is, there is your leader coming into the final turns now. The number 30 of Matt LeBlanc on his way home to a Moto Gold here in Moto number 1. One turn left to go here at Loretta Lynn's in this 39th running of the Monster Energy AMA Amateur National Motocross Championship. And the 30 of Matthew LeBlanc does it, takes the win in the 250B Moto number 1.
And he earned that one. A fantastic ride for all those guys. LeBlanc is your winner. He battles his way into that number 1 spot. Finally gets around Chance Hymas. There's a look at your results. It's LeBlanc, Hymas, Romano, Thrasher with a great ride, and Reynolds rounds out your top 5. That is your 250B class. We are now going to toss it down to Jason Wygant, who has our winners on the podium. Jason?
So while we get it all sorted out, wow, what happened to Nick Romano out of Bayside, New York on this final lap of racing? I didn't see what happened, but we see that number 41 name dropping quickly like a lead weight out of the top 10, now through the top 20 for the 41 machine as he checks in 12th place after 11 laps of racing. So that's going to change things up. LeBlanc, Hymas, Reynolds, 1, 2, and 3. Brad West in 4th. Tommy Rios in 5th. Jack Chambers in 6th. Caden Amarine in 7th. Kyle Smith in 8th. Nate Thrasher dropping back to 9th place position. And 10th place, Russ Chapman. I didn't even see what happened back there. We were following Matt LeBlanc on that last lap. And wow, big changes. Both the 41 machine of Nick Romano and also Nate Thrasher.
Well, I can't even keep up. All heck broke loose. All heck broke loose at the end of that one. Outside of the top 2 spots. This man had it locked down. So let's hear it for the gold medal award winner, Matt LeBlanc. I think it's the hardest class of the week, and you won. So how good does that feel?
I can't hear you.
Yeah. The hardest class of the week, and you won. How's that feel?
I feel pretty good. Felt strong all the way through. Everyone started to fade at about the halfway mark. I just hammered through it. Got me a little gap, settled in, and yeah, I mean, I've worked really hard for this and came out here to show it.
Who do you want to thank?
Lord Jesus Christ for keeping me safe. My mom, my dad, the whole Star Racing Yamaha crew, Monster Energy, Thor, Alpine Stars, Bell, Dunlop, FMF, Yamaha, and everyone else. Thank you.
Matt LeBlanc, everybody, taking the gold. Second place is Chance Hymas, and like I said, beyond that, it turned into chaos on the very last lap. We'll look for Chance here Hymas. Second place.
Thank you.
Chance Hymas, a good run, led a lot of laps, ends up in the number 2 spot on the Team Green Monster Energy Kawasaki. And we had both Nick Romano and Nate Thrasher have problems in the last lap, and that opened up a 3rd place for Jet Reynolds. Let's get our 2nd place finisher on up. Well, we got a whole shot award, so might as well hand that out. He's actually ready to go. Here's our whole shot winner at 250B. Let's put your hands together for him. All right. How's that feel?
Great.
Who do you want to thank?
It was good. I got a good start and just stayed up front and tried to ride my own race and got it done. I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, my mechanic Corey, everyone at Triangle Cycles for getting my bikes ready to come here. And Dunlop, Ethica, Thor, Kyle Foz, Bell, Benny Tozzi, Kyle Vera, Asterix, and everybody else. Thank you.
There it is, whole shot award from Stasic. Something to be proud of there for sure. I'm gonna look for let's take our 3rd place finisher up first. Looking for Jet Reynolds. There's Jet's motorcycle. Looking for our 3rd place finisher. All right, I'll take Hymas then. We'll take and he's talking to Verb. All right, I can't get anybody. Looking for 3rd place. I'm looking for 3rd place. There he is, Jet Reynolds. And that was crazy in the last lap. It goes from 5th to 3rd. Got to take those medals any way you can get it. First of all, just good to have him back at the ranch after missing the last 2 years with injury. Welcome back with a 3rd, Jet Reynolds. I don't know if I've ever seen a race like that. There were 5 of you running the exact same lap times. Were you trying and trying? Could you find anything to make up ground?
Well, I gave it my all the first 4 laps and got last gate pick, so I was literally the last gate outside, so come out with a 3rd. I mean, I did get a little bit of luck, but hey, I'm gonna take it. I haven't been here in a few years. This place is gnarly. I'm riding a big bike now, so it's a lot harder, and I'm up for the challenge, and that was a good starting base moto.
That's right, he's in title contention. Who do you want to thank, Jet?
I'd like to thank everyone from Race Kawasaki, Pro Circuit, Monster, Bella Helmets, Alpine Star Gear, Oakley Goggles, my mom, my dad, my whole family, my trainer Kellen overall for helping me get ready. I got a little bit tight out there, so hopefully next time I go out, it'll be a little bit better.
All right, Jet Reynolds, welcome back to Loretta's. Let's hear it for him. All right. And now we'll take Chance Hymas on up. This will be our 2nd place finisher. Come on up. And was out front early. It led about half of this thing. Matt LeBlanc put on a good charge, and then Chance hung on to take the 2nd place position. Let's hear it for our silver medalist, Chance Hymas. Are you happy with that one? You got to lead some laps. I know, I'm sure you want the gold, but you're right in the hunt.
Yes and no. I'm glad to be up in the box, still in tight contention, but not the way I wanted to end the moto, obviously. I wanted to get the gold, but I guess I'll settle for 2nd.
Okay, who do you want to thank, Chance?
My mom, my dad, Monster Energy, Pro Circuit, Team Green Kawasaki, Fly, Scott, Atlas, Alpine Star, RMX, Maxima, Dunlop, Pod, and everyone else, thank you.
All right, Chance Hymas, 2nd place in 250B. And boys,